Hi, this is Ricardo Hernandez with Merced Window Cleaning, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can clean solar panels for a residential property. So first you need the water fed pool or the pure water system, which is this one right here. You will need a garden hose. This it's like a garden hose, but it's thinner. I forgot the exact measurements, but it comes with the water fed pool, and it comes in that reel which we already stretched. So you also need the carbon fiber extension pool, your brush, and all the tubing for connecting. You also need the connectors right here, which they already come in your box with the tools. You also need the water fed pool, which is this one, and I already removed part of the extension pools because we don't need all of them. In some cases, we need all of them, but uh, this is kind of heavy when you have them for a while. So it's better to just use the amount you really need. So one, two, three, four, five, 6 sections is more than enough for this job. So I like to start with just connecting the hose, the garden hose, with the other thinner hose, um, and have a nozzle ready because it's good to rinse the solar panels first with just water. That way you eliminate most of the heavy dust, and it will be easier to clean. So of course I have my extension ladder here with the stabilizer, and I'm going up for rinsing the panels. Let's go. So here I have the the water is on, the solar panels are here, and there. I'm going to start from top to bottom, just spraying water. This water is actually, before we start, we like to take some pictures so we can actually show that we are doing the job, the before and after. It's always good to show the client. So I'm taking 2 to 3 pictures, and then 2 and 3 after pictures. So here what I'm doing is just rinsing from top to bottom. That way everything goes down. These ones are not too bad. We just finished the rain season, so it doesn't have as much dust accumulated, and it's just very quick. So I rinse like that. I try to make sure I rinse the lower part of the panel because sometimes they get accumulation of dust right there. So it's always good to make sure you rinse that part. Just like that, it's going to help you a lot and avoid the scrubbing as much. I'll do the same thing here. This one is probably a little bit more dirty. Okay, so now that I have rinsed all the solar panels, I'm going to connect my pure water system. I already closed the water, and I'm going to release the pressure here. and connect the red hose, or the thinner hose goes on this side. It says out right here on the other side of the filter, and here it says in. Is in right here, but it actually goes right here, and here is where the garden hose goes. And this little hose is for the wastewater. uh it goes when you're on a lawn like this, it goes anywhere. It's fine. You can also find a tree and water. I just try not to have the green hose on the driveway or anywhere where you are going to see the water run off. It's better just to water something. You can also check with some clients, they don't like to overwater parts of the lawn, but most of them are okay with that. uh, so now that is everything connected, you see water is coming here, so I need to connect my extension pool. So I'll take this with me. So now that I connected my water fed pool system, I'll just release any excess of water here. The pressure is going to come down a lot because it doesn't use as much pressure. So don't worry if you see that. So now I'm going to connect my tubing. Try to have it open. That way it doesn't fight you as much here when connecting, because the water is already coming through the tubing. Try to keep it like this so you are not fighting with the hose. Now this, just make sure you don't leave it here. So I'll put it next to the ladder so I don't forget. And now I'm getting the water ready to work. Before I um I start working, I need to test the water. We have in every truck a easy meter or a parts per million reader. I'm going to take a sample, preferably from one of the nozzles or jets that doesn't touch the brush, because if it's touching the brush and it's dirty, you're going to get a reading here. So just take a sample. This one still marks 30 parts per million. It needs a little bit of time for it to clean the water. So sometimes it takes like 1-3 minutes max. So in the meantime, I'm just going to get started. Just right here, you can adjust the brush. Right now it's in a comfortable position where I can actually scrub. And what I do is I scrub all the ones on this level so I can use the same length on my pool. And when I'm done, I'll extend. I'll extend and I'll do the other section. That way I don't have to go back and forth at adjusting the extension pool. So right here, I'm going to start with this section, and I'm going to do all the frames first, like 1 or 2 passes, and then I'll do the actual solar panel. And I need to do it 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times. That's the second time I do, and then a third one. So this one wasn't too dirty. We do it at least every 6 months. This job, so it's not as bad. And especially it's not May or June. So that was enough. for this one, and I'm just now going to rinse from top to bottom like this. Make sure you push all the dirt that you just scrubbed, and you are going to see it actually at the bottom, so just make sure you push it with the pressure. So here I'm going to do the same thing with this one, just the frame first. Make sure you cover all the corners, and now the center, one pass, two passes, and three. And now I'm going to rinse. It's probably a good time now to take a reading. And now it shows 0. I'll take a picture and I'll put that in the video so you can see it. And that means we can get started. Uh, we always have our water fed pole systems for with the resin clean, so we don't have over 10 parts per million when we take a reading. If it's over 10 parts per million, you're going to have spots either in windows or solar panels. So we need to make sure um, if the water fed pool is giving you a reading of 10, we need to change that resin in the filtration system right away, so we can actually use it. Otherwise, we're just going to get a call back. So now I'm doing again the filters. I mean the frames right here. And then just doing the center. And that's a third one. So now we rinse. Now I'm going to extend my extension pool, and I normally extend from top to bottom, because if you start extending at the bottom and then you need more, you cannot go, you cannot extend it as easy. So, but if you extend from the top, and obviously you start with the second one, not the first one, because the first one is just going to release the brush. So I do the second, and here you will see, well, they used to have like a mark here. I can still see it here. It's a mark. Is black. You will see it when you get closer, and that means that's the limit for you to open it. So it has enough stability. So maybe this one will have better of a mark. So there you can see it's like almost like tape, right? So you don't want to close this clamp underneath this one. You want to close it at a little bit up. So I don't need this much extension pull for this one. So it's just like 1.5. That should be enough for this next one. So now I'm doing the same thing, doing the frames, and now doing the center. There you go. And now I'm rinsing. Sometimes you have to rinse some panels, because when they are very dirty and you like overlap, you will get the panel that you already cleaned dirty. But it's important to rinse it anyways as soon as you finish scrubbing a panel, because that way you push all the dirt out of the panel and it doesn't stick to the glass. Like right here, when I was pushing this way, I sent some water here. So I will probably start rinsing from here and then do the one that I just did. And you can even overlap this one to make sure it's clean. Continue with the next one. And you can do it in any order you like. You can do one like that, then you can do the frames. As long as you do it 2 times on the frames and 3 or 4 times in the middle, like this. That should be enough to clean the panels. And now we rinse. And we overlap a little bit with the rinsing. And now I need to reach the other one, so I extend, watch out with the mark right here. And probably this is going to be enough for me to reach the third level of solar panels. Okay, and that's 3. Just the rinsing. I continue. Okay, so I just finished this section of panels and I need to move that way to do more. So what I can do is just collapse the extension pool like this. And to close the water, you can either, so you are not getting everything wet, you can either close the valve here and it will get closed, or you can also grab this tubing and do a quick kink like this, probably the fastest way. And then you can move to the next section. Just be careful when moving hoses here because they get stuck. Just make sure you have enough hose to do the job here, and make sure there is no kink so you can continue. And I'll do the exact same thing as over there. I'll work from top to bottom. All right, so we have done scrubbing and rinsing both sections of solar panels. This one is still wet, um, so it's good that we have that one over there already done for a few minutes, so it's dry already. I can go and inspect. Pretty much if I did the same thing in both, the result should be the same for that one. So I see there is no streaks. Sometimes you will get a few with a streak that you can see from the ground. So I will just do again 1 or 2 panels to avoid that streak. Sometimes the streak is very small. That's okay. You won't even see it from the bottom. So um, I will just take a picture here where everything looks very nice and clean. Same here. When they are wet, they will look like if they are perfect. So uh, it's better when they are dry, but we have to go. So I'll just take a picture right now, even though they are wet. Now the next steps is same as in every job. We will pack our tools. We are going to send the before and after pictures to the homeowner. We are going to mark on House Call Pro that we are finished. We are going to collect the payment. We are going to pass the 10 around flyers, door hangers, and we are ready to go to the next job. So just a tip about safety to go down with all this. What you can do is, of course, here I have the bulb, the bulb off. So here is a quick connect that you can disconnect. That way you have this hose with no, without the water running. So what you can do is take this one, go close to your ladder, and don't throw the hose, but instead just drop this part and then do it like this. And once it's touching the ground, you can carefully throw it like that. Because if you throw everything, that little piece of plastic, it can break, and then you cannot complete the next job if that part is broken. Um, Now I'll take my water fed pool. This one I'll try to just gather all the tubing the best I can, and I'll hold it with just one hand like this. Everything very compact. I will put a foot first, my hand here, and you can either put this on the ground, sit right here, and then you need always a third point of contact. So you can use your knees as point of contact. That way you can grab the water fed pool and always have a hand grabbing the ladder like this. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll just come back for this part. Make sure you don't forget anything, and you're ready to pack and go. All right, so we are here. We're just going to close the water, disconnect all the parts, put it in the truck, and make sure the area looks clean before we go. And that's it. Thank you. See you in the next one.